pivoting a company, have you had experiences where you've had to change direction of your company, and how did you go through that particular gauntlet?
Well, so you know, generally, there's big things and little things.
Right.
Okay, so like when I'm saying pivoting a company, what I'm saying is one of three things is changing. Either you're changing the what you're selling, like
Hmm.
you're fun. I used to sell A, now I'm going to sell B.
Right.
Or you're changing your target market. Like I used to sell to Johnny, and now it's going to go to Sally. Or you're changing the go-to-market. Like how we sell this thing is fundamentally different. So those are big deals,
Right.
as opposed to tactics. Like, oh, I need to invest more in social ads rather than paid search. Like that's just tactical stuff.
Sure.
Not a really big deal. But if you're changing like one or more of those big pillars of what it is your company does,
Hmm.
that's usually a big deal. It's like usually pretty disruptive. Like you'll have to like retool everything. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And just it's basically what you do this because often it's like, oops, like we thought, we kind of blew it. We thought that it would be so easy to sell to this target market, but it turns out like they're like really terrible and very difficult to service, etc. So that we're going to sell this other person instead. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like it's basically just gotta. It's kind of a bummer, you know what I mean? Like
Yes. Absolutely.
because like all that work you did on chasing the other thing, it was like oops. So I just yeah. So I think the key was just to you know one of the challenges with these pivots is you lose a lot of people. Like
Right.
it depends. Like there's pivots out of strength, like where it's like things are going so great. Now we're gonna do this even greater things. But like if you're pivoting out of like a kind of a out of desperation, like oops, like nothing's working,
Right.
then it can be very you'll basically lose like half the company because
Yeah.
it's like emotional. Like people were building that product, for the last year, and now you're saying like, wait a second, like we're not even going to sell this thing.
Yeah.
We're going to build something else. What about all that work that I did on this whole thing? It's just like this is in the case of a software business. So we build products.
Right.
Same thing with the sales team. It's like they don't like uncertainty. They want to have like the ability to sell something, and because they're on commission, you know what I mean? Like they want to be able to have certainty that the product that they're selling is going to get better and better and better, not just go into the garage and retool
Absolutely.
for a year. So it's just very difficult. It usually doesn't work. So I just suggest being very careful in the messaging and the execution of these things.
Oh, absolutely, and culturally, it can have some dire ramifications, we certainly understand what Moz just went through with
Mhm.
the removal of a heck of a lot of their tool sets to be able to focus back to the basics of their SEO SaaS deliverable. Those are
That's a great example. Like I mean, look, I don't know anything about the details of the business.
right.
Like I don't have any secret internal information, but like my perception was, and I have a ton of respect for Moz. That was like a gut wrenching kind of a take the wind out of your sails kind of
Absolutely.
event. And you can really only go through that like maybe once. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if they announce another big change, like 6 months from now,
Right.
where they say we're doubling down on social media or something like this,
Right. Right. Right.
then it's kind of like there's the boy who cried wolf kind of syndrome. Like it's like wait, just say we're doubling down
Yeah.
on SEO.
Pretty much, yeah. You can only do it once, otherwise, steerage. Who's captaining this thing starts. You get more and more of a target on you. But boy, yeah, we interviewed Rand, and I mean, he was truly. There's such contrition. I mean, he was duly affected by
Yeah.
this decision. It was tough, and you could certainly see it.
Oh, I definitely. I mean, I have a lot of sympathy for that myself because that was my experience, early on in the
Yeah.
company.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we survived, and hopefully that'll be the case for Moz as well.
Yeah.